Oh, very quickly, heading up to 20 away from 7 morning. Do you know who inspired Christian Barnard to become a heart surgeon? Well, it's none other than the legendary International District 6 ballet dancer, the now late, sadly, Johaar Mosaval, passing away at the age of 95 during the early hours of yesterday morning. Multi-award winning, incredible talent, also becoming the first black dancer to perform at the Nickel Milan Opera House, which is now called, of course, the Artscape Theatre. That was back in 1977. Well, the Artscape CEO, Marlene Roux, joining us this morning from Cape Town. Marlene, good morning to you, and of course, condolences to you and the entire industry as well, the entire art world, not just local, but also international. We'll talk about early life and career, but I mean, just for those who might not understand the status of this legend, just in your words, just sum him up for us.
For me, he was resilience. Never give up. Against all odds, he had made it. Everybody said to him, you were too short. You were not the right color. You're not the right religion. You are never going to be a ballet dancer. And there he danced at Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. And in 1951, he joined the English Royal Ballet because he couldn't join the ballet in South Africa. So this is a legend. But I know the person, what a kind who wanted to give back. So he came full circle, being the icon ballet dancer in the world. He came home, and we as Artscape with the District 6 Museum had the privilege to produce his life story on stage in March, where he every single night narrated his own story for the next generation and for his people, that we could come every night. 1,500 people for a week came to watch the iconic person, Mr. Johaar Mosaval. Wow, it was something that touched me deeply, and he was my mentor. And what I took from his life, never give up on your dream, because you will eventually, he has made it, but he came home. Yesterday at the Janaza, it's the dignified way the people honored him once again, was for me just to say, Johaar, you will never be forgotten, because you paved the way for us and for our young people that against all odds, no one must ever tell you to give up. He was the ballet dancer in this century and centuries before, and he will be forever embedded in Artscape and all over the world, but especially in South Africa. I'm just happy that we could really, this iconic ballet dancer, that we could pay homage to him while he was still alive.
Now, I remember when we covered that story when you were doing the ballet on his life. We were actually showing the visuals now, Marlene, as well. It was, I think, wonderful for everyone in Cape Town and around the world to actually see that. And remember as well, we ran the story a couple of years ago, back in 2016, Arts and Culture Trust giving him the Lifetime Achievement Award for dance. So he really did go full circle. But I want to go back to the beginning of that circle, Marlene, because apart from his incredible talent and his kind-hearted nature, if you look at District 6, because you mentioned that, and that's so important for those who might not know the early days of his life, where he came from. If you look at his life, where he grew up, but also the country and the society he was growing up in at the time, it just shows his kind of one-framed determination, one mindset determination to make it to the top.
Yes, definitely, because ballet was seen as a classical form only for white people, while ballet is actually for everybody. And that is the legacy of Johaar, that he opened up, that ballet is the form, it's the discipline, it's the dance form. It is the actual dance form that's starting you off to branch off to every genre when it comes to dance. And coming from District 6, once again, how wrong apartheid was. So if it was not for his determination and his family that saw his talent and his own inside discipline of practicing, of going out and taking every single opportunity, we wouldn't have known of this young boy from District 6 Museum of District 6 that could have this talent and show the world this is the gem that comes from Africa. And then this whole forced removal happened, even harsher, and his family was moved to Lansdowne. And again, he needed to fight. He couldn't really be at UCT that time, who had the only discipline dance as a subject. And he was at the back door. He came in. So once again, for young people that listen to this interview, that this man fought his way through and still he needed to practice, because with dance, you need to practice every single day. You need to be disciplined. You need to understand your body. And then he needed to defect it to England to actually be full-rounded. And even there, he was said, you can't do the dance form. But there he was taken up and they proved himself with his discipline, with his upright, with his resilience to say, this is who I am, and I am this ballet dancer, and I'm going to show the world. And the Queen's mother saw this young man with a determination, and there everything has changed.